Where two relatives get married, we call it a consanguineous marriage or cousin marriage, where such unions often advised to be avoided. Let's understand what genetics actually says. As humans, we possess 23 pairs of chromosomes. One set comes from the father and the other set comes from the mother, and each chromosome contains around 100 to 1000 of genes, and every gene exists in two forms, which we termed as the allele. It is not necessary that every allele we inherit is fully functional or completely healthy. It may happen some of our alleles may be less functional or non-functional, or may carry some silent mutation changes in their DNA sequence. Even if a person carries such a silent mutation, he or she still appears to be completely healthy. Why? This is because for that specific gene, one allele may be defective, but the other allele is normal or fully functional. And that normal allele is strong enough to compensate by producing required protein necessary for normal physiological functions of the body. And in genetics, the fully functional allele is known as the dominant allele, while the other one, which is less functional or has no significant effect, is known as the recessive allele. Suppose I am a carrier of the gene responsible for cystic fibrosis, which is basically an autosomal recessive disorder. I have no symptoms. I look absolutely healthy because one of my allele for the CFTR gene is normal, while the other one is carrying the defective mutation. Here I am a carrier, not a patient. But the problem will arise when, if I marry a man who is also a carrier of the same gene, then the risk for our child will increase. Now both of us have the potential to pass the same defective allele to our child. This is what exactly happens in cousin marriages. The problem will rise when both the alleles inherited by the child are recessive as well as defective. In cousin marriages, as they come from the same family, they share a portion of their gene pool. If any silent mutation existed generations ago, then both the partners are more likely to carry the same mutation individually. They appears completely healthy. As I said, dominant one will mask the effect of recessive if they are carriers. But it is, there is a probability that they both can pass the same recessive as well as mutated gene to the child, and obviously disease will appear. Please have a look at this chart. The numbers you see here are the inbreeding coefficients, which tells us how much genetic materials one relative shares with another. The higher the number, the more similar their genes are. And here is a diagram showing what happens when two healthy carriers have a child. There is a 25% chance that the child will be completely healthy, a 25% probability the child will be affected, and a 50% chance that the child will be a carrier. In unrelated individuals, it is very statistically very rare that both the individuals will carry the same recessive mutation. This is why autosomal recessive disorders are common in cousin marriages as compared to the unrelated marriages. Recent research also suggests that not all cousin marriages result in unhealthy offspring. However, if a population practices repeated consanguinity, obviously homozygosity will rise and eventually disease become prevalent within the family or within the community. So, with proper awareness, genetic counseling, or through certain premarital testing, families can make informed choices and protect the health of future generations. So here I mainly focused on autosomal recessive disorder, as they remain silent in carriers, no show no symptoms. So understanding recessive inheritance is crucial. So this was it all about cousin marriages. If you found this video helpful, to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. See you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself.